To me, being non-binary is very much so a personal thing. And I think for everybody, gender is a personal and perception is a personal thing as well. I think it goes into the energy that I perform on a daily basis and how I want to be perceived on a daily basis. And that is most definitely not someone who is strictly subscribed to the binary and what that binary is, guy or woman or man and woman, and how that looks. Sometimes I don't feel like both. I don't feel like either one some days, and some days it's different, and some days I'm feeling very hyper feminine. I think with me in particular, being non-binary is just being aware of where I am mentally about my gender identity, because I know that I don't fit on one side of the spectrum or the other side of the spectrum, and I'm not most definitely in the middle, but like I'm somewhere and I'm myself, and that's all that matters. And I'm here. I think that's what non-binary means to me. It's just about, your own individuality besides the binary. And it can be in a spectrum. It doesn't have to be in a spectrum.
I honestly try not to think about gender too deeply, because you can get really caught up in the semantics and the structures. When I hear male and female, it doesn't really sit with me. So I feel like I express my gender in a way that's beyond that. My gender is a big part of the way I dress and adorn myself, definitely. If I'm dressing that one way that's maybe too far in the feminine or too far in the masculine side, I can definitely feel dysphoria. But I can feel dysphoria kind of from a lot of things that aren't even necessarily clothing. To break that down a little bit, dysphoria is when I feel something is off with my gender, the way that I'm viewing myself or perceiving myself makes me feel self-conscious, and that maybe I might be read as what I was assigned at birth. I just think that the scope of my gender can just be really wide. I don't have to necessarily be pinpointing myself into this box of girl or boy.